Here are some tips and tricks for writing your essay. This works for writing almost any essay, but I'm going to talk specifically about your personal pledge. So we've already gone through the writing process, understanding prompts and directions, saying specifically what it's asking for you and all of the things it's asking for you, figuring out what your general answer is going to be through a thesis, and writing a complete, full, and final thesis, then outlining your ideas. I have showed you these documents here, and then finally finishing your rough draft and editing that to be a final draft. Some of my students like to tell me that they don't write rough drafts, but you do, because a rough draft is just the version of your essay before it is complete. So your essay is not done yet. It's not perfect. Even if you think it's perfect, I can give you tips about how to make it even better. So as you continue to work on finishing and then editing and revising your paper, it's always the rough draft until it's perfect, and then you turn in your final draft to your teacher. Alright, so I think the document that's most helpful for you here is the template with outline, because it's already in MLA format and I included the outline in it. I prefer, when I write papers, to outline myself. I always do, before I actually get into writing paragraphs or sentences. And the other thing I will say before I begin is that I always go through essays in the order in which you read them, but that does not have to be the order in which you write them. If you prefer to start with your body paragraphs and write those first, you are welcome to do that, and then add your intro and add your conclusion before and after. So you're the author. I'm just giving you tips about how to do it well. Alright, so this is an MLA format already. You just have to change the date. This is due Friday, 16 September. And then under your last name, I'm going to highlight that. Let's say that my name is Jessica Martin. Okay, so you have your last name there and your full name here. My name and the course is still correct. Your title, you're going to actually write your specific title when you are ready to do that. Not personal pledge, because it should be specific to your essay, and everyone's essay is a personal pledge. So you can write that later if you want to, but you will include a specific title. Everything here is Times New Roman size 12 font, and it is double spaced, or at least should be double spaced, including the title. Even that is size 12. It's not underlined, it's not bold, it's not italics. It's just normal font. So what could we say? Improving I don't know what you would be working on. You'll come up with your own. I see that this is not double spaced. So to do spacing, you click on the button with the lines and the blue arrow, and then double is 2.0, double. Okay, and it should be left aligned. Indent. So I look through my outline down here. I already formatted my paper. It is formatted. I'm ready to begin. So again, I'm just going to start with the introduction, because that is chronologically the first thing in an essay, but you don't have to write it first. Sometimes coming up with the hook makes my students not know what to write, but it might help you to have the body of your essay and then find a hook that fits your body, because the body of the essay is the important part. So you'll start your introduction with a hook to get your reader interested and engaged in your paper. It should have to do with your topic, but not be very specific. You can start with a question or a quote or a story, something general. So I'll do something general. Individuals. Alright, so I wrote a sentence that could be a hook that I would elaborate on in the time, but I say many individuals create New Year's resolutions on the first day of a new year. However, most of those individuals do not carry out these resolutions to truly achieve their, and this should be goals. Alright, so it's broad, but I'm starting to get into goals. So the next couple would be tie-in. So I'm going to pause and write a tie-in so you can see how you start to get more specific throughout your tie-in. At least 3 sentences. It can definitely be more. Alright, I wrote a couple sentences of tie-in, so I'll read that to you now. I started my hook about New Year's resolutions, so I said, this is because when deciding on a goal you want to achieve, it must be clear but also attainable and realistic. The goal should be important and difficult enough to make you work for it, but not too challenging that you just give up. Just like beginning a new year, I am currently beginning high school, and I have decided to come with my own clear, attainable, and realistic resolutions or goals to help me achieve success this year and beyond. So this is all tie in here. I tie in my very broad hook about resolutions to what I'm going to say next, my thesis about my own goals for 9th grade. So then you will copy and paste or rewrite your thesis that we wrote the other day. It's your 1-sentence main idea. It talks about goals that you want to achieve them and what your 3 goals are, your personal, short-term, and long-term academic goals. So I'm going to write that. Okay, I have an example thesis. This year I'm working to, and then I have my 3, be a better friend, earn at least a B in all of my, maybe I'll say 9th grade classes, and learn more information about the requirements to go to college. If you're writing about college, that is great. Make sure you spell it C-O-L-L-E-G-E, not A-G-E, which is a collage. Alright, E-G-E. Okay, so we have our introduction done. That's 15 points already on your pledge. Then you go into your first body paragraph, which will correspond with your first goal, whatever your first point was in your thesis. Ours happens to be a personal goal. I wrote about being a better friend. Alright, so you transition and then start your topic sentence for your first body paragraph. So you could say the first goal that I am working to achieve is to be a better friend in school and out. In school and at home. Alright, topic sentence. Clear what I'm going to talk about. So then you would have at least 3, probably more, sentences of support about your topic there, about that goal. And this would be where you talk about how you're going to do it, maybe why you decided that this is a goal that you want to do, but really specifically the steps that you're going to take, and when you take those steps, what's going to happen. So, alright, I typed a couple sentences here. So I had my topic sentence about being a better friend, and then I wrote just some support about being a better friend. In the past few years, I feel like I've been drifting away from my best friends because of how busy we are with school, extracurricular activities, and family. While these are important, I don't think it's fair that I haven't been investing as much time and energy to my friends who are very important to me. I'll add in as well. I can be a better friend by planning an activity to spend time with my friends at least once a week, such as going to the movies, studying for tests together, or cheering on our school sports teams. When we begin to spend more time together regularly, it'll be easier to talk about important issues that we are facing now in high school, which will help us to make good decisions together. I also want you to include a quote from 7 Habits. So you have them in your notes. I'm just going to use one from here to be quick. Alright, so that should go in your support. I'm going to put it after here. So you have to introduce your quote. You always do. A quote can't stand alone as a sentence. So mine is, sometimes the smallest things, a hello, a kind note, a smile, a compliment, a hug, can make such a big difference. Note Sean Covey. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, you italicize a book title and the page number goes in parentheses at the end. I'm going to actually introduce him in the beginning. I'm going to say, according to Sean Covey in his novel of advice for teens, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Okay, then I have my quote, and then I can delete that since I already introduced it. Okay, so that makes sense with what I'm saying. It supports what I'm talking about, making simple activities to hang out with friends. Alright, so let's check what we have. We have the topic sentence, we have support, we have an in-text citation. Now we have a so what sentence. Why does this matter? How will it benefit you? So let me write one real quick. So here's a pretty generic one, but by becoming a better friend, remember, so what? So once I do it, this is the benefit. I will help create a support system for my peers and myself to navigate the difficult but rewarding years of high school. Alright, so that is a complete body paragraph about a personal goal. So you do that same deal for your next 2 goals, just make sure you are still transitioning. So you would transition between the ideas. So you could say something like, as I work to be a better friend, I also want to, and then what did I say? Whatever's next in your thesis, earn at least a B in all my classes. I also want to continue working hard in school to earn at least a B in all of my 9th grade classes. Alright, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but then you would have support and talk about what you're going to do to earn a B. And with your so what, how earning a B is beneficial to you. Then you transition to your last goal, something about once I earn a B in all of my 9th grade classes, that'll help me to set me up well to work on going to college. Your support for that, and then your so what about going to college. Okay, so that leads us then, so I'm skipping some things obviously, but your conclusion. So your conclusion, you restate the thesis in other words. So we say, as I think about my main goals for high school and beyond, I hope to become a better friend, a better friend, better student, and potential college student. Alright, we'll say high school student. High school student and a potential college student. This made it single-spaced again. I'm not sure why. Okay, so I restated my thesis. Now we go to tie-in. So you talk generally about goals. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I have some ideas here. So I restated my thesis. I want to be a better friend, high school student, potential college student. These goals are challenging enough to make me work for them. This is a throwback to the intro. But not too challenging that I can't achieve them. With better friends and support systems, it'll be easier for me to earn good grades. So this is kind of restating your main ideas. When I earn good grades, I'll be a better candidate to be accepted into college. By creating goals for myself this year, I'll set myself up to evaluate my performance in school and outside of it. So I'm getting broader, so that I continue to push myself to be a little bit better every day. Even if I achieve these goals tomorrow, I want to push myself to live better and be a more positive change in the world each day. And how about we bring it back to the hook? And with each new year's resolution. So that could be your super so what, that you want to keep pushing yourself to be better so that if we all do it, the world will keep becoming better. Alright, so I skipped 2 of the body paragraphs, but you saw me make sure my formatting was correct, include at least 1 in-text citation. So now I'm going to delete the outline since I don't need the outline in my paper. And then I'm going to press enter to make the works cited that I gave you on a completely new page, the top of the new page. So then if you had written all those paragraphs, this would be done and you could submit. If any of this didn't make sense, please see me. Otherwise, that is how to go about writing your personal pledge.